Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and this is the open beta for Chapter 1 of Elite Dangerous Beyond. Now I'm here in a brand new Chieftain. I'm going to give it a bit of a try out. Now do keep in mind that this isn't a full-on ship review, as I tend not to do that sort of thing, but there are plenty of other people out there better than me at that. But it is a first look, and it gives us a good feel of what the ship's all about, as well as its perhaps future potential. So where they're available, I'm pulling over my engineered modules for my other ships, and that includes the shield boosters you just saw, and I'm just going to put on some weapons. Now I'm going to go after some Thargoids, in particular the brand new Thargoid Scouts, which as yet I haven't been involved in any combat with, and you may not have seen too much of that either, so do keep in mind that that part of the video may constitute a bit of a spoiler for you. The Chieftain then has got two large hardpoints. Both of these are going to be the AX multi-cannons, and we've got a one medium hardpoint as well, which I'm also going to fill with a medium AX multi-cannon. The smaller slots I'm not going to put any weapon in for the moment, as I'm really not sure what to expect from the Scouts. If you plan on checking them out for yourself though, they're in the weird system in open beta, and you can come and attack them. So the weapons I'm applying here are fixed. There's no gimbaled variants. There's either fixed or turreted, so fixed it is then for me. So we'll see how that goes. Before I head out, I'll let you have a brief glimpse at the components I've got installed on the ship. If we jump into core internal, I think that'll be a good place to start. You can see I've got a 6A power plant which is engineered. In fact, most things are engineered. The 6A thrusters are very good and are going to probably make the Chieftain very manoeuvrable. It's manoeuvrable as it is even without that stuff, and is even more manoeuvrable with so. Now there are a few things I haven't got engineered, and I'm not going to irate these. We're just going to basically make do. I guess the only thing I would have liked engineered is the power distributor. I could head on over to the engineer that's in this system, but for now that's something that's going to wait. So we've got a few hull reinforcement packages on here, and that's because the Thargoids sometimes get rid of the shields or they bypass the shields, and like I say, I don't know what sort of attacks these Thargoid Scouts actually deal out. And for now we're just going to go with the bi-weave shields that I've pulled over from my other ship, and I guess a module reinforcement package will probably be worthwhile to have as well. Either way, you're not going to worry too much, as I'm not planning on getting bogged down in a lot of combat. I just really want to see how the ship handles and what it feels like, and it is one of the best looking ships in the game, I really do think that. Heading on over to the stat screen then, you can take a look at the shield rating as well as the ship's armour. So 620 for the shield health and 2000 for the armour, which not too bad really, is it? Amazing sounding engines there, and outside the station we can now get a look at the exterior of the Chieftain. It's a very unique looking ship when compared to the rest of the ships within Elite Dangerous, and that's largely due to the placement of the engines. Now Frontier have said that one of the reasons they're able to design new looking ships is because, for these at least, they've moved away from the original designs of ships, those in the original Elite as well as Frontier Elite 2. In the background you can hear Galnet audio, and you can listen to this as you're flying around now. Just use the right panel. There's a play button there that you can also use as a pause button.
Orbital is likely to dismay the galactic community as the starport. The result of a community initiative involving thousands of pilots is seen by many as a symbol of unity.
So after a bit of flying around, I finally come across my first non-human signal source of this session, and it's a threat level 6. These ones usually contain the variant Basilisk, and I wasn't really prepared to go up against one of them, though I would have given it a try. Turns out that wasn't to be what was here. Instead there was a bunch of Federation ships. Although taking a look at the text up there in the comms panel, it does seem as though they've had a bit of a weird encounter themselves. At any rate, Thargoid or no Thargoid, it did prove to be a bit of a nice excuse just to tool around for a while. A highly manoeuvrable ship then, even with the engine pip not optimally placed. And yet, even with 2 pips to engine, you've more or less got perma boost here, especially with engineered thrusters. So a little while later then, I eventually come across another human signal source, or another non-human signal source, should I say. This one a threat level 3. And inside was what I was looking for, the Thargoid Scouts, and they wasted no time at all in trying to attack me. These ships then are very different to the other Thargoids that you may encounter, and they're certainly for, shall we say, a lower skill set or smaller ships. In short then, it makes them ideal for people like me. Now the Scouts are pretty nippy, they're both quite fast as well as very manoeuvrable, so if you're flying in a slow ship you may find that they keep getting behind you, or that you find they're a little bit hard to target. The Chieftain of course doesn't have that problem at all. Now you can see the convergence of the fixed weapons here is very nice, and the fact that I keep missing my targets here is more due to my skill, or lack of it shall we say, rather than any problems with the ship itself. Of course, the Chieftain hasn't been out very long, so I haven't had much of an opportunity to get to full grips with it. However, on first impressions here, it is an immensely fun ship to fly. It's fast, it's very manoeuvrable, the weapons are perfectly placed, and at least on initial impressions here from these Thargoids, it seems very capable of absorbing damage. That said, you can see I have got a bit of hull damage that has come from caustic missiles that these Thargoids send out. Now you can deal with that with the new decontamination limpets, or you can deal with it by overheating your ship, which is my preferred option. Now you may remember from my previous videos, whenever I've engaged in combat, I like to fly the Vulture a lot. The main reason for that is due to its speed, as well as its manoeuvrability. Not to mention that for its size, it can deal out a reasonable amount of damage. After using the Chieftain, I highly doubt I'll ever be going back to the Vulture. This will be replacing that ship, and although I'm going to need a bit more experimentation and playing around with the Chieftain, it's looking very good at the moment. And I suspect before long it's going to become the ship of choice for a lot of people out there. That then brings us to an end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.